Hi, welcome to the 12 Days of Service 2016. It's Christmas Eve. We had a really productive day today, and we have got some news to share with you for anyone who has been familiar with our projects. For the last 3 Christmases, Alyssa and I have done 12 days of service during the 12 days of Christmas. Our first year, we started by reading stories and posting them online, one every day, to share with Alyssa's cousins, my nieces and nephews, to give moms and dads a break from reading. And last year, we decided that that wasn't enough. We needed to do a little bit more to try to really make a little bit of a difference, you know, not in the world, but maybe close to home. So we decided that we were going to visit each one of the neighbors in our neighborhood. And so Alyssa and I did some inexpensive craft projects where we created refrigerator magnets and we attached cookie recipes to them. So we took them around to all of our neighbors. And last year, taking into consideration that there's a lot of unwanted solicitors in the neighborhood, when we were walking around the neighborhood last year knocking on doors, quite often our neighbors would answer the door and be, "Hello, may I help you?" And then when we'd introduce ourselves and tell them why we were there, they were like, "Oh, nice to meet you, neighbor." So it was really fun. We met a lot of people in our neighborhood that we hadn't met before. And we just thought that we wanted to do that again this year. So this year, we made homemade Christmas tree ornaments. And then we also had about 20 cookie cutters. Yeah. So 20 of our neighbors got cookie cutters. So we went around and we visited everyone in the neighborhood. We have over 100 houses. So it took us a couple of days to get around to see everybody. And it was interesting that this year we had a different kind of reception from our neighbors. We had, "Hi, nice to see you again." And we got hugs when they opened the doors, and we were invited into their homes. Yeah. And a couple neighbors that we hadn't met before, we were able to learn their names. And anybody who was out working in their yard who saw us out visiting the houses was, they were waving at us and wishing us Merry Christmas. So it was really neat to see the different reaction this year than we received last year. So it was really exciting to go around and revisit all of our neighbors. And we just wanted to share that we did that again this year. And if we're around our neighborhood next year, maybe we'll do it all again. So it's Christmas Eve. So tonight we're going to read our traditional Christmas Eve story, The Night Before Christmas. And if I have enough light and Alyssa doesn't fall asleep, we'll be doing all right. Okay, ready? Okay. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eye should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name.
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with the obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetops their coursers they flew, with the little old sleigh of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, and his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bowl, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to work and filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."